What up, Scoob? Stray here at the world premiere of Rampage starring Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. We were just on the red carpet getting to see everybody come through, like Joe Manganiello, Malin Ackerman, Naomi Harris, Negan, Jeffrey D. Morgan Negan was here. We got footage of all of them. We didn't get a chance to get any footage of The Rock on the red carpet, but we did see him, and that man is awesome.
We are here right now getting ready for the stars of the film to come through right now. Again, Rampage starring Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Let's get this thing going, y'all.
What up, Scoobs? Dre here, and the wait is finally almost over. Alex gets back today. And when she does, we're going to be right in the studio and just start blasting through a bunch of movies and trailers we wanted to cover for the past few weeks. That being said, one thing she did miss while she was gone was I got to attend the world premiere of Rampage starring Dwayne "The Rock"
The Rock, 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 The Rock
Johnson, as well as Jeffrey Dean Morgan Negan, Naomi Harris, Miss Moneypenny from the James Bond movies. You had Malin Ackerman, Silk Spectre from Watchmen. You also had Joe Manganiello, who's the new Deathstroke in the DC movie universe. And Scoops, I got to meet my #1 celebrity crush. Alexandra Daddario. Just gonna take a breather and I'm good. Yeah, she's not in this movie, but she did co-star with The Rock in San Andreas, which also has the same director as Rampage, which is Brad Payton. So apparently The Rock likes working with this guy. Thanks for the premiere. Great times. Now let's get down to business. Get down to reviewing the actual movie itself. Okay, I'm not gonna bury the lead. I didn't love it. It's not a terrible film by any means. It's no, Transformers: The Last Night level of awful. But I would say it's kind of a very generic, very bland sort of action movie. The Rock, just a quick overview, no spoilers in this, but The Rock plays a wildlife expert, former special ops military, because of course The Rock has to have some sort of previous badass training in all of his movies. I won't tell you how it happens, but these canisters filled with this special DNA altering gas gets released around the world. One of the canisters winds up in the preserve of his animal best friend in the movie, George, who's this albino white gorilla. George gets sprayed with this, grows big, as well as a wolf and a crocodile that you've seen in the trailers. And it's also based on the original arcade game from the 80s. Yeah, like, even when this movie was announced, Alex and I did the trailer reaction for it, and it was what we thought it was going to be, which is just a silly CGI fest, punch 'em up. There's no real storyline. The two leads are The Rock and Naomi Harris. You don't really buy their relationship. Chemistry isn't strong between the two of them, so by the end, when you sort of are in this will they, won't they situation, I didn't feel anything. I was like, I don't care if they do or don't. It doesn't matter to me. Similar thing with the relationship between The Rock and George, the white albino ape. That's supposed to be the crux of the movie. It's supposed to be The Rock, and he's supposed to be looking after this creature that, he considers family. And again, I didn't feel the emotional beats. I feel as though The Rock didn't have a lot to do in this movie. The script isn't strong. Again, it's very by the book. There's forced exposition. Like, literally, you'll meet a character and they'll spend like 2-3 minutes giving you their backstory. It's like, oh, well, I was working on this project once upon a time, but then something bad happened to like a family member, and then I left, and then this other thing happened, and now I'm here meeting you. It's like, it's a rule in movies. It's like they say you should never tell the audience. You should show the audience what you want to convey to them throughout your film. This movie is, it's exposition central, from how the animals got big to the science the pseudoscience behind it. Two characters, like I said, meeting one another, very lazy. They literally introduced 3 characters at the very beginning of the movie along with The Rock that you're like, oh, this will probably be his merry band of sidekicks and comic relief throughout the film, and they'll make it a fun little romp. Now, like 20 minutes in, it's like, I guess we're done with them. I guess those 3 characters that you spent so much time setting up are gone. Fine, great, not my movie. Animals grow large. The government agency comes in that's being led by Jeffrey Dean Morgan, Negan, and like the whole like. I feel like the tone for this movie is all over the place. I feel like some of the actors in this movie are trying to play it way too seriously, like The Rock and Naomi Harris. They're playing it more seriously. You know, more like the stakes are high, like, oh, these are our friends. Or Naomi is like, oh, I had a hand in this terrible deed. I want to make good on my part in this. Meanwhile, everyone surrounding them, the bad guys, Malin Ackman and her brother, Jeffrey Dean Morgan, Negan. Jeffrey Dean Morgan is just doing Negan the whole time. Like, if you do watch the movie, it feels like, and if you remember, for those of you who used to watch Supernatural, he can act. He's a great actor. But in this, it's like, no. Joe Manganiello's in this. He plays a special ops guy, you know, who's trying to track down the creatures, doesn't have much to do. And the thing I hated most about this movie, my least favorite thing, were the villains. I mean, like, Malin Ackman plays the main bad guy. She's the head of this evil conglomerate corporation who's doing, like, you know, pharmaceutical and genetic manipulation and experimentation. It is so campy and over the top. The guy that plays her brother, I feel like every scene, you know what it reminded me of? Both Malin Ackman and the guy who plays her brothers reminded me straight up of old school Disney or Nickelodeon villains. Like somebody you would see like on, you know, Jet Jackson, or a bad guy you would get like on an episode of Power Rangers. Just very sort of like mustache twirly, like I didn't buy them as a credible threat. They came off more as annoying. And there's a scene. Okay, I guess I said no spoilers, but we talk about Fast and Furious for just completely throwing physics out the window and saying, well, you know, human life means nothing in this film. There's a scene in the movie near the end where something happens to The Rock. He gets injured. And then literally within a breath of a scene, the thing that she should be dying from, he just pops back up and he's like, all right, let's do this thing. Didn't care for it all. Like I said, the characters were kind of generic. Nobody really stood out to me. The plot was really thin. That being said, the action scenes that were in the film, you know, they're pretty good. You know, there's not that many of them, which I was surprised. You would think a movie like this would be like almost like wall to wall, just animal monster John Wick style with like non-stop action start to finish. No, like there's maybe like 2 or 3 really big set pieces in this film. The final one taking place at the end, obviously. And another thing I had a problem with, this also bugged me about the Transformer movies again, where you have the humans, Shia LaBeouf, Josh Duhamel, Mark Wahlberg, pretty much standing toe to toe with the robots who were fighting the Decepticons. In this, the Rock might as well be a superhero because he's taking on this giant crocodile and giant wolf with his best ape friend. But like you would think that The Rock has been genetically enhanced because he's holding his own. In fact, I feel like he does more damage to the monsters in this movie than the actual giant ape. So again, if you love The Rock, not one of his best, not a banner film for The Rock, and we don't really have a rating system here at Scoobies, like A through D or, you know, 5 stars or anything like that. So what we typically usually do is put movies into 4 different categories. That is, pay to see it in theaters, don't see it at all, rent it when it comes out, or wait till it comes on cable television. I would say Rampage falls in the wait till it comes on cable television. Again, not a terrible movie, just something that I think you'll watch it and then immediately forget that you ever saw it. If you're doing laundry on a random Saturday afternoon and it comes on FX or TNT, We Know Drama, hey, check it out. Watch Rampage. It's 2 hours to kill. Mindless background noise, but as far as you paying your hard-earned money to go see this, don't do that. Not a great film. Love The Rock. Sorry to say. All right, well, that has been my review for Rampage. Once again, Alex, yes, back today, so we're going to be back on our schedule, gang, getting those videos, reactions, and reviews out to you in a more regular, timely manner. As always, make sure to hit that like, subscribe, hey, hit that bell for alerts of new episodes. And guys, please continue to share our videos with friends that you think would enjoy. Our subs continue to go up more and more every day, and that's a big part because of you. Thank you for that. We've already cracked 1,000. Let's hit 2,000. I know we can do it. All right. Thanks a lot, everybody. Until next time, I've been Dre. Stay groovy, Scoobies.